Story 1. Dr. John Schneeberger, the Fake Blood Doctor. Canada, late 1990 seconds. In the quiet province of Saskatchewan, where neighbors trusted each other and crime seemed like a distant rumor, there lived a doctor considered the heart of the community. His name was John Schneeberger. A gentle smile, soft voice, and perfect reputation. But behind that calm exterior was a man who understood the human body so well, he used it to hide the truth inside himself. The first victim was a young woman who visited his clinic after hours. Schneeberger gave her a pill to help her relax. Her vision blurred. When she woke up, her clothes were disturbed, her body hurt, and the doctor was gone. She reported the incident. Police took Schneeberger's DNA, and the results said he was innocent. The town believed him. The victim was shamed. Case closed. Or so they thought. Years later, his wife began noticing strange behavior. One night, she found a small tube of blood hidden in his closet. Police tested Schneeberger again. Again, the DNA did not match. People called her paranoid. Only the first victim refused to give up. A private investigator made the discovery. Schneeberger had surgically implanted a silicone tube under the skin of his arm, filled with another man's blood. Every time police tested him, he positioned his arm so the needle drew blood from that tube. He didn't escape justice. He outsmarted it. A surprise DNA order ended everything. Schneeberger was forced to provide blood, hair, and saliva immediately. The match was perfect. He was arrested. In court, the town listened in disbelief. He had violated sedated patients. He deceived forensic science for years. He manipulated those around him with chilling calmness. He wasn't a killer, but his calculated mind made him one of the most dangerous doctors in modern crime history. Dr. John Schneeberger proved one terrifying idea. A doctor doesn't need weapons to commit crimes. Knowledge alone can be deadly. If he hadn't been caught by chance, his deception might have continued for decades. Story 2. Dr. Michael Swango, the Dark Angel of Hospitals. In America, there is an unspoken rule. If a doctor wants to kill, he is the most dangerous killer alive. During the 1,980 seconds and 1,990 seconds, one man proved it. A brilliant, hard-working young doctor, described by colleagues as almost too devoted. His name was Michael Swango, and wherever he worked, people started dying. Quietly, suddenly, and with his signature hidden in the medical charts, Swango excelled in medical school. But he also spent hours reading about serial killers, collecting crime scene photos, and studying methods of causing death. His mind was a battlefield of brilliance and darkness. Whenever Swango was on duty, healthy patients suddenly collapsed. The death rate spiked. A nurse eventually saw him injecting something into an IV line, right before a patient convulsed violently. She reported him. The hospital quietly dismissed him to avoid scandal, and Swango simply moved on. Swango got hired easily. His resume was spotless. But in every new workplace, elderly patients suddenly died. Recovering patients collapsed. Colleagues fainted after drinking coffee he had prepared. Poison was his signature. His art form, when several co-workers were poisoned at once, tests revealed pesticides in their blood. Swango was arrested, but received a light sentence. And once released, he returned to medicine. With forged papers, he resumed work as a physician. Once again, death followed him. Doctors whispered, "Is greater than It's like he knows the exact dose that stops a heart without leaving a trace. He didn't kill out of anger. He killed for power, for control. Agents discovered his secret collection of books on serial killers, handwritten notes on poisons, lists of potential victims. They realized this wasn't a doctor. This was a serial killer with a medical license. Swango was sentenced to life in prison. Michael's Swango is proof of a terrifying truth. A doctor's knowledge can be deadlier than any weapon. He could kill silently, hide behind medical charts, and turn murder into a medical complication. A healer by daylight, a killer by choice. Story 3. Dr. Marcel Petiot, the Doctor of the Night. Paris, during the Nazi occupation, was a city of whispers and shadows. In that darkness, one doctor rose as a supposed savior, a man who claimed he could smuggle Jewish families to South America. His name was Marcel Petiot, a doctor, a self-proclaimed hero, and one of the most cold-blooded killers in European history. Inside his home at 21 Rue Le Sueur, he built not an escape route, but a slaughterhouse. Petiot played the role of the guardian angel. He promised desperate families a safe passage out of France. In return, they gave him gold, money, jewelry, everything they had left. He smiled gently and said, "Is greater than trust me. I will take care of you." They believed him. Hope made them blind. At his house, Petiot led victims to a sealed room, explaining it was part of the disinfection process. He closed the door, released toxic gas, and waited in silence. There was no journey, no boat, no South America, only death, and a doctor watching from the other side of the wall. Petiot lied with perfect precision. To neighbors, "I'm treating mental patients." To authorities, "I'm helping the French resistance." To victims, "I'm saving your family." He crafted a different lie for each audience, and everyone believed him. He wasn't just killing. He was directing a play, and every victim played a role they never agreed to. When firefighters entered the house in 1944, they found decomposed bodies, human bones in a furnace, bags of jewelry and valuables, barrels of quicklime used to destroy remains. Petiot claimed they were Nazi spies, then criminals, then said nothing at all. His lies collapsed under the weight of his own brutality. Petiot defended himself in court, laughing as witnesses described how their loved ones vanished. He insisted, "Is greater than I only killed bad people. I did it for France." But the evidence was overwhelming. He was convicted of 26 murders, though investigators believe the true number was far higher. On the night before his execution, Petiot slept peacefully, as if death was simply the final act of his performance. Marcel Petiot did not kill for pleasure. He killed for profit, for power, for the thrill of manipulating desperate people during wartime. A doctor in appearance, a predator in truth. His story forces us to ask, how many heroes are nothing more than monsters wearing the right costume? 3 stories. 3 doctors who wore the coat of a healer, but chose to kill in silence. They show us a chilling truth. When knowledge outgrows morality, a human being can become far more terrifying than any monster. So inside you, is there a healer or a darkness waiting to be awakened? Tell me in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share Dark File, where the darkest case files are finally brought to light.